The massive array of quantum sensors spread across the Kuiper belt registered the anomaly at precisely 3:42 UTC. Within microseconds, the alert reached Earth's Defense Network headquarters buried deep beneath the Himalayas. Dr. Sarah Chen stood motionless before the holographic display, her dark eyes reflecting the swirling patterns of approaching vessels. "Confirmation on the signature analysis," she asked, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "Verified, Doctor," replied Marcus, the facility's AI coordinator. "We're tracking approximately 200 vessels of unknown configuration. Their energy signatures don't match anything in our database. Based on their trajectory and speed, they'll reach Saturn's orbit in 72 hours. Sarah nodded, her mind already racing through the implications. Humanity had prepared for this moment for decades, ever since the quantum astronomy breakthrough of 2157 revealed the true extent of intelligent life in the galaxy. But preparation and reality were different beasts entirely. She opened a secure channel to the Defense Council, initiating Protocol Lighthouse. "We have visitors." Within minutes, the council chamber materialized around her as quantum entanglement projectors created a perfect holographic recreation of the space. 5 figures sat at the circular table, the heads of Earth's unified defense forces. Admiral Helena Rodriguez, her silver hair cropped short, spoke first. "Show us what we're dealing with, Dr. Chen." Sarah gestured, and the sensor data filled the space above the table. The alien fleet moved with perfect synchronization, their ships arranged in a complex 3-dimensional pattern that spoke of advanced tactical coordination. "Their technology level appears to be Type II on the Kardashev scale," Sarah explained. "Energy readings suggest antimatter propulsion, though their containment signature is different from our theoretical models. They're making no attempt to mask their approach." "A show of force," General Zhang commented, his weathered face creasing in thought. "They want us to see them coming. Or they don't expect us to have the capability to detect them at this range," Admiral Rodriguez countered. "Dr. Chen, what's your assessment?" Sarah manipulated the display, highlighting the fleet's formation. "Their approach vector suggests they've studied our solar system, but there are gaps in their understanding. They're avoiding the major gravitational wells, but they're not accounting for the quantum wake distortions from our harvesting operations in the Oort cloud. They don't know about our quantum industrial infrastructure." Dr. Patel, head of technological development, leaned forward with interest. "That gives us an advantage." "Precisely," Sarah confirmed. "I recommend implementing Defense Plan Delta." The council members exchanged glances. Delta was one of their more unconventional strategies, relying heavily on Earth's most advanced and carefully hidden technologies. It would require perfect coordination and timing, but if successful, it would demonstrate humanity's capabilities while minimizing loss of life on both sides. "The risk of revealing our quantum manipulation technology," General Zhang began, "is outweighed by the potential for a peaceful resolution," Sarah finished. "We can demonstrate our technological superiority without destroying their fleet. Based on their approach formation, they're expecting either no resistance or primitive defensive capabilities. A sufficiently advanced show of force might convince them to negotiate rather than risk conflict." Admiral Rodriguez stood, her decision made. "Initiate Delta. Dr. Chen, you'll coordinate with Marcus to orchestrate the response. General Zhang, begin positioning our quantum field generators. Dr. Patel, prepare the consciousness transfer systems in case we need to implement Ghost Protocol." As the council members nodded their agreement, Sarah felt a familiar mix of anticipation and concern. Humanity had developed in isolation, hidden away in what many species likely considered a backwater solar system. This isolation had bred innovation, quantum technology, consciousness transfer, artificial intelligence that transcended traditional computational limits. They had prepared for first contact, not with weapons of mass destruction, but with systems designed to demonstrate, communicate, and, if necessary, incapacitate. "Marcus," she addressed the AI, Begin quantum entanglement synchronization across all orbital platforms. Initiate consciousness transfer warm-up sequences in all ghost ships. And send a priority alert to all Defense Network personnel. We'll need every quantum physicist and consciousness specialist ready for potential deployment within 48 hours. Understood, Doctor, Marcus responded. Sending alerts now. Would you like me to begin calculating optimal positioning for the quantum field generators? Yes, and run a simulation of their most likely response patterns based on their current formation and movement algorithms. We need to be ready for any tactical adjustments they might make when they realize they're not dealing with a primitive civilization. As the preparation orders spread across Earth's defense network, Sarah studied the approaching fleet once more. Humanity had chosen a different path than many might have expected, developing technology that focused on understanding and manipulating the fundamental forces of reality rather than building bigger weapons. Soon, these visitors would learn why no one had ever successfully invaded Earth. The next 72 hours would determine whether humanity's first contact with an alien civilization would end in peaceful cooperation or a demonstration of just how far human innovation had progressed. Sarah hoped for the former, but was prepared for the latter. After all, humanity hadn't survived and thrived by being unprepared. Marcus, she said, let's show them what Earth can do. High Commander Vextar stood on the bridge of the Dominion flagship, Eternal Conquest, his scaled hands clasped behind his back as he observed the approaching solar system. The Species Classification Unit had designated this region as Development Zone 7249, a system containing a young civilization that had barely reached its local space. Status report, he commanded, 4 eyes fixed on the holographic display showing their fleet's formation. First strategist Clarix consulted her neural interface. All ships maintaining optimal position, High Commander. No signs of detection or defensive preparations from the target system. Their primitive scanning technology shouldn't be able to detect us until we pass their gas giant's orbit. Vextar's facial ridges tightened in satisfaction. The Dominion had conquered dozens of emerging civilizations, all following the same efficient pattern. Show overwhelming force, demand submission, and establish control before the younger species could develop proper defensive capabilities. Earth would be no different. Launch the advanced probes, he ordered. Let's get a detailed scan of their defensive capabilities. The probes, sleek crystalline structures containing the most advanced scanning technology in the Dominion's arsenal, streaked ahead of the fleet. Vextar watched their progress with practiced disinterest. Then something unexpected happened. The probes vanished, not destroyed. There was no debris, no energy signature, no indication of weapons fire. They simply ceased to exist. Explanation, Vextar demanded, all 4 eyes narrowing. Clarix's fingers danced across her neural interface. Unknown, High Commander. No energy signatures detected. No projectiles. No known technology could. She never finished her sentence. The flagship's artificial gravity suddenly reversed, sending crew members crashing into the ceiling. Before anyone could react, it normalized, then reversed again, creating chaos on every deck. Systems report. Vextar bellowed, maintaining his position only by gripping a command rail. Impossible readings, High Commander, the engineering chief's voice crackled through the comm. Our gravitational field generators are functioning normally, but space itself seems to be fluctuating around us. Across the fleet, similar reports flooded in. Ships reported localized time dilation effects, quantum field distortions, and technology malfunctions that defied explanation. Weapons systems targeted phantom signals that appeared and disappeared at random. Navigation computers showed contradictory positions, as if space itself was being folded and unfolded around them. Full stop, Vextar ordered, his confidence shaken for the first time in decades of military service. All ships, hold position, and initiate deep system scans. But before the order could be carried out, a new phenomenon manifested. Geometric patterns of pure energy appeared throughout the fleet, complex mathematical shapes that seemed to exist in more dimensions than space should allow. Ships that touched these patterns reported complete technology failures, their advanced systems reduced to inert metal and crystal. High Commander, Clarix's voice shook slightly. We're detecting quantum entanglement signatures unlike anything in our database. The patterns, they're not random. This is technology far beyond our understanding. Vextar's mind raced. The reports had to be wrong. This was supposed to be a primitive system, barely capable of basic spaceflight. Instead, they faced an invisible enemy wielding physics itself as a weapon. Launch secondary defensive screens, he commanded. Reconfigure our quantum shields too. A soft chime interrupted him, emanating from every communication device in the fleet simultaneously. A calm, artificial voice spoke in perfect Dominion language. Your presence has been noted. Your technological capabilities have been analyzed. Your hostile intent has been confirmed. This is your only warning. Earth's space is protected. You have 30 minutes to reverse course and exit the solar system. Further advancement will result in the complete neutralization of your fleet's technological capabilities. We wish to avoid conflict, but we are prepared to demonstrate our full defensive capabilities if necessary. Silence fell across the bridge. Vextar stared at the holographic display, watching as invisible forces continued to toy with the laws of physics around his ships. Their most advanced sensors couldn't even detect the source of these effects. The enemy was either invisible or operating from vast distances, through means he couldn't comprehend. High Commander, Clarix spoke quietly. 3 more ships have lost all power. Their quantum cores just stopped working. No radiation, no explosion. The fundamental forces holding their energy matrices together simply changed. Vextar felt cold fear settle in his stomach. The Dominion had classified Earth as a pre-quantum civilization, incapable of manipulating the fundamental forces of reality. That assessment had been catastrophically wrong. They weren't dealing with primitive defenders. They faced an opponent who could rewrite the laws of physics at will. All ships, he commanded, his voice steady despite his inner turmoil. Prepare to. Another geometric pattern blossomed in space, this one directly ahead of his flagship. As he watched, it began to unfold, revealing mathematical principles that seemed to mock his understanding of reality. Within its impossible angles, he saw a glimpse of humanity's true capabilities and understood why Earth had never been successfully invaded. The pattern expanded, and with it came a decision that would change the course of Dominion history forever. Inside Earth's quantum defense hub, Dr. Sarah Chen watched the alien fleet's reactions with intense focus. Holographic displays showed real-time quantum fluctuations as their defense systems systematically dismantled the invaders' technological advantages. Marcus, analyze their response patterns, she commanded. Are they understanding what we're demonstrating? The A's response was immediate. Their fleet's behavior suggests growing comprehension. Energy signatures indicate they're attempting to adapt their quantum shields, but they're working from fundamentally flawed assumptions about space-time manipulation. Sarah nodded, manipulating the quantum field controls with practiced precision. The defense plan was working perfectly, demonstrating overwhelming technological superiority while avoiding actual destruction. Earth's quantum technology allowed them to disrupt and control rather than destroy. New energy spike detected, Marcus announced. They're attempting to launch what appears to be a cyber warfare attack through quantum channels. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. Just as expected. Initiate Protocol Omega. Let's show them what real digital warfare looks like. Throughout the alien fleet, ship systems began experiencing something their designers had never anticipated. Earth's quantum AI network, led by Marcus, didn't just hack their computers. It rewrote the fundamental rules of how their technology functioned. On the Dominion flagship, High Commander Vextar watched in horror as his most secure systems surrendered to an invisible assault. Holographic displays showed impossible images, complete schematics of his vessels, detailed breakdowns of their technology, and most terrifyingly, improvements to their own designs scrolling past faster than anyone could read. They're not just accessing our systems. First strategist Clarix reported, her voice trembling. They're rewriting them, improving them. This isn't invasion. It's evolution. Through quantum-entangled processors that operated beyond traditional computational limits, Earth's defense network demonstrated mastery over the digital realm that bordered on the supernatural. Ship systems began operating at peak efficiency, then beyond it, achieving performance levels their designers had thought impossible. A civilization advances not through destruction, but understanding. The same calm voice announced throughout the fleet, "We have analyzed your technology. We have improved it. We have demonstrated our capabilities. Now, we offer a choice." Sarah watched as the alien fleet hung motionless in space, their most advanced weapons and defenses now operating under Earth's control. The quantum field generators maintained their protective network, ready to neutralize any attempt at resistance. "Your species values strength," she said to Marcus. "Send the next message." Throughout the alien fleet, displays activated simultaneously, showing the true extent of Earth's quantum industrial infrastructure. Massive arrays of quantum processors hidden in pocket dimensions, manufacturing facilities that manipulated matter at the subatomic level, and defense systems that could rewrite the laws of physics within defined spaces. "We remained hidden not out of weakness, but choice," the message continued. Earth's development took a different path than many civilizations. We focused on understanding reality itself, rather than merely building tools to exploit it. Your arrival gives us an opportunity to share this understanding. In the defense hub, Sarah received the first response from the alien fleet. High Commander Vextar's message was brief but clear. "We wish to understand." "Their weapons and propulsion systems are completely under our control," Marcus reported. "Quantum field analysis suggests their command staff is experiencing elevated stress responses, but also intense curiosity. The demonstration appears to have achieved its intended effect." Sarah initiated the final phase of Defense Plan Delta. Throughout the alien fleet, ship systems began returning to normal operation, but with a difference. Their technology now operated with enhanced efficiency, incorporating principles of quantum manipulation they had never imagined possible. "Prepare the quantum conference space," she instructed Marcus, "and notify the Defense Council. I believe we're about to have our first productive diplomatic exchange with the Dominion." As she issued the orders, Sarah reflected on humanity's unique path. They had developed in isolation, forcing them to think differently, to push the boundaries of what was possible. While other civilizations built bigger ships and more powerful weapons, Earth had learned to manipulate reality itself. The alien fleet hung in space, their mighty weapons silent, their advanced technology surpassed by human innovation. This was humanity's true strength, not the ability to destroy, but to understand, improve, and transform. Through quantum technology and digital mastery, Earth had turned potential conquerors into students of a new way of thinking. "Marcus," Sarah said, "prepare for diplomatic contact. I believe it's time to teach our visitors about humanity's approach to universal advancement." The AI acknowledged as the quantum field generators began reconfiguring to create a secure space for the first official meeting between Earth and the Dominion. The invasion had become a first contact scenario of a very different kind, one that would reshape the understanding of both civilizations. Captain Maya Patel stood in the quantum translation chamber, her enhanced neural interface humming softly as final adjustments were made to her team's specialized stealth suits. Around her, 4 other operatives underwent similar preparations, their bodies being attuned to operate in quantum-shifted space. "Final systems check," she ordered, watching as holographic diagnostics danced across her field of vision. Lieutenant James Chen, their quantum physics specialist, responded first. "Quantum phase shifters aligned. We'll be able to move through their security fields like they don't exist." "Biosignatures masked," added Dr. Elena Rodriguez, their xenobiologist. "As far as their sensors are concerned, we won't even be alive." Maya nodded, checking the status of her remaining team members, Commander David O'Neill, tactical expert, and Dr. Aisha Hassan, their consciousness transfer specialist, both signaled ready. This mission would demonstrate the true extent of human infiltration capabilities to their visitors. Remember, Maya addressed her team. This isn't about sabotage or attack. We're going to show them exactly what they're dealing with. Dr. Chen wants them to understand that resistance isn't just futile, it's unnecessary. The quantum field generators powered up, creating a corridor of altered space-time between their chamber and the Dominion flagship. Unlike traditional stealth technology, they wouldn't be hiding. They would be operating in a different phase of reality altogether. Quantum corridor stable, Marcus announced through their neural links. You have 15 minutes before the field requires recalibration. Maya took a deep breath. Initiate phase shift. Team, move out. The world transformed around them as they stepped into the quantum corridor. Colors shifted into impossible spectrums, and reality itself seemed to fold and unfold with each step. Their enhanced consciousness processors, developed through decades of quantum research, allowed them to perceive and navigate this altered state of existence. Within moments, they emerged inside the Dominion flagship. The alien crew continued their duties, completely unaware of the human operatives now walking among them. Through quantum-shifted vision, Maya could see both the physical world and the underlying patterns of energy that powered the ship's technology. James, begin the analysis, she ordered. Elena, collect biological data. Aisha, prepare the consciousness transfer protocols. David, map their security systems. They moved through the ship like ghosts, their quantum-shifted state allowing them to pass through solid matter when necessary. Their neural interfaces recorded everything, building a complete picture of Dominion technology and biology. Their quantum shielding is impressive, James commented through their secure link, but they're only utilizing 3 dimensions of quantum space. They have no concept of hyperdimensional manipulation. Elena added her observations. Their biological neural interfaces are advanced, but they're limited by traditional electron-based processing. They haven't discovered quantum consciousness transfer. As they reached the ship's central computer core, Maya signaled for the next phase of their mission. Aisha, you're up. Show them what consciousness transfer can do. Dr. Hassan activated her specialized equipment, establishing a quantum link between their systems and the ship's computer core. Unlike crude hacking attempts, this was a demonstration of consciousness integration, showing how human minds could interface directly with machine systems through quantum entanglement. The ship's lights flickered briefly as Aisha's consciousness spread through its systems, experiencing and understanding its technology from within. Through this connection, she began implementing subtle improvements, optimizing systems in ways the Dominion's engineers had never imagined possible. They're detecting something, David reported, monitoring security responses. Not us specifically, but they're noticing the improvements to their systems. Maya watched through quantum-shifted vision as alien crew members reacted to their ship's increasing efficiency. Confusion gave way to amazement as systems began operating beyond their design parameters. Integration complete, Aisha announced, her consciousness returning fully to her body. I've left them a few presents, quantum computation principles that will take their technology in entirely new directions. Signal detected from Earth, Marcus reported through their links. Dr. Chen is ready for the final phase, quantum corridor realigning for your extraction. Maya took one last look around the alien ship. Their mission had achieved its goal, demonstrating human capabilities while simultaneously offering advancement rather than destruction. The Dominion would soon understand that Earth's strength lay not in weapons or ships, but in its mastery of reality's fundamental forces. Team, prepare for extraction, she ordered. Let's give them one last demonstration. As they prepared to leave, Maya activated a small quantum beacon, allowing the aliens to briefly detect their presence. For just a moment, the Dominion crew saw them, human figures walking through walls, existing in multiple quantum states, demonstrating mastery over space-time itself. Then they shifted back into their quantum corridor, leaving behind a bewildered but enlightened alien crew. Their mission had shown the Dominion that humanity's path of development was fundamentally different from anything they had encountered before. As they re-emerged in the quantum translation chamber on Earth, Maya knew their demonstration would have far-reaching consequences. The Dominion had come expecting to find a primitive civilization. Instead, they had encountered humans who had transcended traditional technological limitations, choosing to understand and manipulate reality itself. Mission accomplished, she reported to Dr. Chen through their quantum link. I believe our visitors are ready for those diplomatic talks now. In the quantum conference chamber beneath the Himalayas, reality itself had been carefully adjusted to accommodate both human and Dominion biology. Dr. Sarah Chen sat across from High Commander Vextar, their meeting taking place in a space where multiple quantum states coexisted harmoniously. Your demonstration was enlightening, Vextar said, his 4 eyes still tracking the impossible geometries that defined the chamber's boundaries. The Dominion has encountered many civilizations, but none like Earth. Sarah nodded, manipulating the quantum field to display a holographic representation of both their technologies. We developed in isolation, High Commander. This forced us to think differently about progress. While others reached for the stars, we reached for understanding. Around them, the quantum conference space shifted, showing the true extent of Earth's development. Hidden infrastructure embedded in quantum space, consciousness transfer networks that spanned the solar system, and manufacturing facilities that treated physical laws as mere suggestions. Your infiltration team walked through our most advanced security like it didn't exist, Vextar observed. Yet, instead of destroying our systems, they improved them. Why? Because destruction is easy, Sarah replied. Understanding, improvement, evolution. These are the true challenges. Earth's defense strategy isn't based on superior firepower, but on superior comprehension of reality itself. Marcus materialized in the space, his quantum-based consciousness allowing him to exist as both data and form simultaneously. We have analyzed your civilization's technological development path, he addressed Vextar. Your focus on traditional expansion limited your understanding of quantum possibilities. The AI gestured, and the space filled with equations and models demonstrating the principles behind Earth's technological achievements. Your ships now operate at 47% higher efficiency because we showed them how to partially exist in quantum space. This is merely the beginning of what's possible. Vextar's facial ridges shifted in what Sarah had learned to recognize as profound thought. The Dominion has always believed that strength comes from superior force, he said slowly. Yet your civilization, which we thought primitive, has demonstrated power we cannot even fully comprehend. Not power, Sarah corrected gently. Understanding. Earth chose to look inward before looking outward. We mastered quantum physics before reaching Mars. We achieved consciousness transfer before building our first antimatter drive. We learned to manipulate reality before trying to conquer it. The quantum space rippled as Sarah accessed Earth's historical database, showing the development of human civilization. We faced our own destructive tendencies and chose a different path. Our technology isn't about domination, it's about transcendence. The improvements your team made to our ships, Vextar said, they're beyond our current scientific understanding. You could have crippled our fleet, yet you chose to advance it instead. Sarah smiled. Consider it a gesture of friendship. Your civilization has much to teach us about traditional space travel and expansion. In return, we can show you how to transcend traditional technological limitations. The quantum space shifted again, creating a perfect representation of both Earth and Dominion space. We propose an exchange, Sarah continued, not of weapons or territories, but of knowledge. Let Earth be the bridge between traditional spacefaring civilization and quantum-based existence. Vextar was quiet for a long moment, his species' natural aggression warring with intellectual curiosity. Finally, he spoke. The Dominion came here seeking to conquer a primitive world. Instead, We found teachers. The Emperor will need to be convinced. Then convince him with results, Sarah suggested. Your improved ships are just the beginning. Imagine your civilization with quantum consciousness transfer, hyperdimensional manufacturing. True AI integration. Earth doesn't want subjects or enemies. We want partners in understanding the universe. Marcus projected new data streams showing potential collaboration projects. Our analysis suggests a 89% probability of significant mutual benefit from technological exchange, the AI stated. The Dominion's experience with traditional space travel combined with Earth's quantum manipulation capabilities could revolutionize both our civilizations. Vextar stood, his decision made. I will return to the Dominion not as a conqueror, but as a messenger. Earth has shown us that true power lies not in destruction, but in understanding. We would be honored to learn from you. As the meeting concluded and the quantum space began to normalize, Sarah reflected on humanity's unique journey. They had developed in isolation, forced by circumstance to think differently about progress and power. Now that different path had not only protected Earth but opened new possibilities for peaceful cooperation. Marcus, she said as the quantum conference chamber powered down, notify the Defense Council. I believe we've just established humanity's first interstellar technological exchange program. The AI's response carried a note of satisfaction. Indeed, Doctor. It seems our visitors have learned that Earth's greatest weapon was never our technology. It was our desire to understand rather than destroy. Above them, the Dominion fleet prepared for departure, their ships now carrying not conquered territory but new knowledge. Earth had demonstrated that true strength lay not in the ability to take life, but in the wisdom to transform it. The age of quantum diplomacy had begun.